Hi everyone, I'm Noel.
And I'm Luigi.
Right now we're going to do a movie review on this Chinese space film, Wandering
Wondering Earth.
Earth. The summary plot of this film is that the sun is about to explode in 300 years. And when the sun explodes, of course, it will engulf the Earth along with it. So what the Earth has to do is that the Earth has to move away from the sun, travel away from our solar system, and go to a different solar system, light years away, and stay there in this new solar system to be able to survive. Now, the scientists of the world have created these world engines, which are situated in different parts of the world that are like booster rockets. They created these booster rockets in different parts of the world that are like world engines that would push the Earth away from our solar system and to make it wander and travel through space to this new solar system that they were targeting to move to. I think it's a masterpiece. It's a really good build. It's a really good movie. So this is the first ever Chinese space interstellar film in history, and I think they did an excellent job with it. I haven't watched any other film in the past that had a concept or a premise as this one, where you have a traveling Earth which is about to hit Jupiter. So it's a really fresh and new story. So I really enjoyed it, and it was well written. It was epic. The world building was really good. Like you're thrust into this reality of a wandering and traveling Earth through space where everything was frozen on the surface. You know, they don't explain everything at once. You're just placed into this reality where there's so much things going on and things happening, and the way they did it was really good.
You barely have the time to prepare yourself for the craziness that's about to unfold.
Yeah,
It's really quite an experience. It's quite an exhaustive film to view because well, it may seem like a negative, but it's actually very positive because it was able to send me into the world, and as if I was one of the people who were there and experiencing this post-apocalyptic world they now live in. I really appreciate the immersive nature of this film. They were able to bring me to an exciting and deadly new world. That's truly something I've seen a lot of post-apocalypses myself in other movies and TV shows, but this one feels a lot more terrifying because of
yeah,
how
very
real
much.
it could possibly be.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
yeah, I really appreciate how this works, and it's it's gorgeously written, and the characters have been very well integrated into the story. So so that it feels more than just visual spectacle, but also
Yeah,
emotional, heartfelt film at its core, with the great emphasis on the relationship of the lead character, his father, his sister, and of course his grandfather. The special effects was excellent. I really appreciate the color grading that they've done for the film. It's the colors pop in the movie, and of course
yeah,
the CGI was perfection. It was some of the best CGI I've seen in any film, and I think it's quite excellent. All the technical aspects of the movie was really excellent. You should, if you're going to watch this, I suggest you see it on a big screen because you're
yeah.
definitely going to appreciate every visual aspect of the movie since it's a visual masterpiece in my opinion. What about you, Noel? What's your first favorite scene?
My first favorite scene is the death of grandfather Han.
Oh yeah, that was really sad, man.
Yeah, so there's this part of the film where they're in Shanghai, which is now all frozen, and they were in this building, and they're trying to go to the top of the building so they can uh go. So they were trying to get out of the building, but then grandfather Han was trapped in an elevator shaft, and then the elevator was about to fall on him, but but he safely got out of the elevator shaft. So I thought
He was
grandfather
gonna
Han was
survive. Yeah.
yeah. So grandfather Han survived the elevator fall. So I really thought I was glad that he was alive. I thought he was going to live, only to realize that he survived the elevator death scene just to die a more sentimental and less painful death, because
Yeah.
grandfather Han would eventually have very little and no heat left in his suit, and he would be removing his astronaut suit, and he would just be sitting down in a chair as he freezes to death and dies. So it's a really sad death scene from grandfather Han. But at least he was able to talk to his grandchildren, Lucy and Dudu, before he died. So yeah, so he died a very sentimental and very less painful, but still sentimental and sad death scene. The reaction of Dudu to the death of grandfather Han was really sad. So she shouted like, "Where do we go home now? Where is home now?" Because Dudu's home is with, she always felt that grandfather Han was her family. He was her home. So yeah, that was a really sad scene. Yeah, go.
I really appreciate the additional detail that they did in that scene. I appreciated how grandfather Han was. It looked like he was just coming home from work, and then
Yeah,
he was just about to sit down. I think
yeah,
that was one of the saddest. That's definitely a sad detail because I think earlier in the movie he was mentioning about how tired he was from work, but was
yeah,
enjoying. He was always excited to go home to live to his family. I think that was really, it's really tragic to see that he died as he lived, happy and you know with love of family at heart, and then sitting on his chair. So yeah, it was. I think
yeah,
that's a really good connection between the two scenes.
yeah. That's true. What's another of your favorite scenes, Luigi?
Well, my next favorite scene is when they finally succeeded in moving Earth successfully away from Jupiter.
Yeah,
It's both great and tragic at the same time because first it gives hope that the future generations on planet Earth can live normally and happily
yeah,
since they're able to move away from the crushing gravity of Jupiter. However, it took a toll on it took a lot of casualties in in the family,
yeah. That's
including of
true.
course astronaut Lu,
Yeah,
which is just one of the saddest things I've ever seen. Especially, he finally had a final heart-to-heart talk with his son after
finally.
17
Yeah,
years of not being able to see him. It was
yeah,
really tragic, but at the same time, it's beautifully rendered. The CGI that they did for Jupiter was quite astonishing, honestly. And if
yeah.
you're going to watch this film, I
That's true.
suggest you watch it on the big screen. Not a laptop screen, not a computer screen, but as much as possible, find a clear HD big screen that you can view it on because the way that Jupiter was rendered in this film is gorgeous. Honestly,
Yeah.
it's a work of art. It's a masterpiece. Yeah.
Yeah, I was jaw dropped. Like I was so amazed with the visual, how much of a visual spectacle this is, especially when Earth was about to collide with Jupiter, and you can see the Earth's atmosphere being sucked by Jupiter, and then like you said, like the explosion that separated Earth from Jupiter, that was just awesome. Just seeing uh, that whole scene.
Because I think the special effects was great. The character moments between the family members was excellent. However, the character interactions with the additional supporting cast not really my favorite. And then yes, I appreciated the bigger scope and suspense it gives, but sometimes it can feel a little all over the place and a little hard to understand, especially with the additional additional supporting characters.
Yeah.
It kind of got a little difficult for me to understand.
So I enjoyed this movie. It's a really good Chinese space movie. The story, world building was really good. The special effects was awesome. The cinematography was great. it's just really a huge movie. It's an epic. Although the downside
Definitely.
of the movie was that there were too many characters involved in the movie, and I don't think there was enough character development for all of the characters in the film. Like there's this beautiful soldier girl named Zhao Qian. Zhao Xian. So I wish we could have seen more of her. And then there were two brainy people out there. Like one was the one who figured out how to ignite,
Lee, yeah.
yeah, how to ignite the atmosphere between Earth and Jupiter. And there's this other genius who was the one who went inside the room and he was connecting all of these wires. You
Death is
know,
normal, yeah.
so there are a lot of good characters in this movie, but they weren't sufficiently developed. There was a lack of character development in some parts, and then there were too many things happening at once, so it was difficult to follow each of the characters. But it's a really awesome space movie. It's an epic, and the story was really good. So our final grade for this movie is 89.5. Woo! So we really enjoyed this movie. It's really good. We highly recommend that you watch this movie.
Definitely. Once again, thank you so much for watching. We really appreciate you taking the time to see another Hopeful Writer Studios review. Don't forget to give us a like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so that you'd be updated on our next review.
All right. So once again, this is Noel,
And I'm Luigi.
and we would like to say thank you for watching and stay hopeful.
Bye.
See you next time.
See you.